welcome. Indigo Soul Starseed live here today with Paul BO-GIE Brighton.
Yes,
is that how you say
right.
it? BO-GIE or Boogie?
Yeah.
BO-GIE.
If you want to call me BO-GIE, you can, but I'm not green and I'm not from out of your nose. So, but BO-GIE, the BO-GIE has been my nickname for a long time, but it's actually my martial art name. BO-GIE, it's actually BO-GIE. And that
BO-GIE.
BO-GIE. And in the show, you'll hear me say that my BO-GIE means it's the balance of chaos and calmness. So it is basically it's that I can be very, like yourself, be very chaotic and all over the place, but suddenly, boom, I'm totally focused. So that's how it worked when I did close protection and in meditation and Tai Chi and everything else I do, and used to be ice hockey. And so you can do lots and lots of things. And as for a healer, for myself as a healer and a coach, or Sifu means God of Muse.
I was about to call you that. Sifu BO-GIE.
Sifu BO-GIE, that's what they call me.
I feel like I want to do this when I say that, though. Right?
You can do that. You can do that. It's I'm part of the Chinese way. So the Dao. The Dao, and Chinese tends to be more family orientated. It tends to be a little more Japanese Zen. Is sensei, and sensei is very much master and in control, and you must do what I do. But a Sifu is like a parent, a guide, a muse, and we more point you along the way rather than tell you what to do.
I remember on it's a funny film, but it's karate based. Kung Fu based. Sorry.
Which one? Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
That's one of my nicknames. That's one of my nicknames. They call me at work. They call me Kung Fu Panda or just Panda. So it's like and it's the old joke. Don't mess with the panda, otherwise it's pandarise time. So
honestly, that movie is awesome.
And I used to be a chef. I used to be a chef and a baker, and I love food. So I love food, I love philosophy, I love healing, I love martial arts. So Panda's very, very cool, you see. So.
I love that movie too. That's so funny. Wow. Okay, Paul. So where do we begin? I mean, gosh. I wrote down. Well, I didn't write the questions, but I formatted the questions. It's been a very busy day today, guys, but I'd like to just quickly welcome everyone on before we jump in, actually. Hi, Pray, welcome. Moira, hello, welcome. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Sonia, I don't know you. Just let me quickly introduce myself, please, guys. And Paul, you can, of course, talk about yourself. I'm Emily from Indigo Soul Starseed on Facebook and YouTube. I do interviews with other souls, and I have a private group, and I do card readings, animal healing, human healing, all kinds of stuff, guys. Really, if you just check out my page, there's reviews and all kinds of things on there. But today it's all about our dear friend here, who I've been watching for some time now, actually. I must admit, 1 moment in the Tao, 1 minute in the Tao every day, which is quite cool, very, very cool. And he regularly updates his pages and so forth. I'd like to talk a bit about health and how you find that things like meditation and key exercises and healing, all this kind of stuff brings in that extra life force in all areas of the vessel. Because from when I've been in hospital before, and I've been shown beings that were basically sadly dying, and they had such little light in their vessel, and I was basically taught that this was a huge contribution to to their transitioning. So it'd be really interesting to know from yourself what your point is to do with everything like that, really. So what would you like? Where would you like to start? Do you want to start the start of your when you first sort of awoke in spirituality, or would you like to start a bit about your past? What would you like to?
That's sort of bit of the same thing. So I mean, obviously, I was, as a kid, I was bullied as a kid for being actually only 10 years ago that I actually found out I am a part. The diagnostic wasn't totally clear, but I'm part dyslexic, part dyspraxic, and part autistic. So,
Wow.
so I had a good little mixture, and they wanted to have further tests to go further, and it's like, that's all right. I've already figured this out. I'd already self-diagnosed many years before. But as a kid, as I said, I was always a little bit different and bullied and whatnot. And I started doing martial arts when I was about 11 years old. And when I was about 12, in martial arts they do belt testing, and one of the adjudicators that came from the Chinese martial art society was he was later to be my Sifu Shun, and he very much in essence, or years later, he in essence said is that everyone lives over and over again. You have been my Sifu in the past. I have been your Sifu, and it was my turn. And for me, I'd never told many people this, but for me that made perfect sense. That I remembered stuff. I remembered things that in theory didn't make sense in the essence of I sort of remembered other lives or remembered other things. I would from the age of 9 onwards, I was saying things that were quite wise and quite profound, and they always said, there's something weird about you, or you're much older than you should be, and something weird about you. No, that's it. No, weird for me. Weird is a compliment. When somebody calls you weird.
These days it is, yeah.
Yeah. So because normal is the average of weird. I'm the weirder weird, and I like being the weirder weird. But
normal is very strange.
So everything's strange. But so the point is that so for me, that mixture of dyslexia, dyspraxia, and autism. I was actually, as a child, I was very introvert, and martial arts actually brought out my confidence. But the martial to a degree, the martial arts, but the actual Taoist philosophies. Tao means the way, the path, the balance. Yeah. And the martial arts that I studied were from the Taoist concept, and like I say, Tao is sort of like music, and then all the different styles of music would be like Qigong, Tai Chi, and so like Tai Chi is like classical music, and Chinese massage, well, that would be another style of music, and so on and so forth. And what I found was that, I mean, as a kid, I also used to worry a lot. I mean, on Western star signs, I'm an Aries, and they're known for worrying and overthinking. And I used to get a lot of ulcers, I used to get stomach problems, ulcers, and with the Qigong, especially everything that I did, but especially the Qigong, I found that it helped me cope. Firstly, I got ill less, and to the point that by my mid-20s, I could go a year, 2 years without any illness.
Wow.
And that would go, and it's still like that now. It's like maybe once a year, maybe. I mean, I just I cricked my neck 2 days ago, and actually was in quite a bit of pain. And in less than a day, I've sought a little bit of help from one of my Sifus, one of my guys. A remedial therapist who does bone clicking, so he clicked my back. So healers still need healers as well. That's a good value. I can recoup myself very, very quickly. And within the Taoist philosophy, I mean, sort of going into your other question about life force and energy, in the Taoist philosophy, actually sidestepping for a second, have you ever read the book Celestine Prophecies?
I have. I love it. And the movie. Actually, no, sorry. I've seen the movie. I've not yet read the book. I want to read the book.
Right. So the movie obviously is very much the story point of view, but I'm trying to remember his name. See, names are always a tricky one for me. Faces and places places and faces. I remember, but names I always forget. I think it's James Redfield. I think is his name.
Okay.
He did the story, and then he's actually done a book, which is like a workbook. And it actually teaches that information in the workbook. Now, the interesting thing with that is that in the Taoist philosophy, and that book is sort of hinting about like the Matrix, like what the Matrix talk about is that everything's an illusion. Now, the Taoist philosophy, everything is energy. Everything is energy, and everything is consciousness. So you're obviously conscious, but your body is also conscious. All the cells that make your body is also conscious, and everything around you is conscious. So like in Buddhism we talk about like every being, every animal being conscious, but in Buddhism, in the deeper level, and in Taoism, trees are conscious, but even the leaves themselves and the cells in the leaves, they're all conscious, they're all alive.
Sorry, can I just interject on that note quickly?
Cool.
Yes, I saw today, just quickly, guys, I shared it on Indigo Soul Starseed. There's a video, or was it on my Emily page? There's a video of plants, and they haven't hurt it, but it's one of your friends, a lady you interviewed. She talks with trees or works with trees.
Kira Lennon.
Okay, and they shared a video of the plants that were slightly hooked up somehow, again, without hurting them. And the plants were producing music.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, there is things on that. There's a whole lot of. The thing with me is I'm very spiritual, and I love science. Yeah. And I love science because it proves the spiritual, especially quantum physics. So, because when people try to say, "Oh, that's rubbish," there's no proof. Actually, just give me a second. There's this, and there's this, and there's this, and I. So I'm not liked by some people because I have lots of facts, and I have the information. So yeah, there is loads of case studies on trees. They've actually shown that not only like. In the public, you've heard probably that trees like music, which actually even more specific to that certain trees and it could be the same species of tree, but you can have one tree that will actually like heavy rock and it will thrive in heavy rock, where the other tree will thrive in classical music, and then have the same species of tree. And what that was basically saying was that the tree. They were saying that it appears the tree has a conscious state, because how can one thing to have the same breed of tree like all heavy rock, that's one thing, but have so let's say birch. So one birch tree likes heavy rock and the other one likes classical. That means it's got consciousness. Because how can one tree like one thing but another tree like something else? That doesn't make sense unless there's something, so that's a little bit of a mind blower for a lot of people.
I mean, they're also very, very intelligent guys, because the way they share heat in the winter, the way they it's sad to say, but it's like, imagine like a network under the ground. You've got all these roots, and they either share or steal life force from each other, basically, depending on the tree's health and age and blah 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 blah. But yeah, they're fabulous. They really are.
It's basically this. They share, as one gets weak, the other one then gives energy over. So they act as a community.
I'm with you.
And very much with the on your. So I'm just thinking in my head. I think it's your left shoulder. The picture of the tree. Well, people see that above. What they don't realise that the roots are doing exactly the same thing. So it's actually creating a Torah field.
Yeah, and that picture, I've just got that spirit's just put that picture in my head. The double tree, basically. Oh, it's such a magical picture. It really is. Guys, I just would like to say hello to Lisa. I think you're new to this page. I'm not aware of you, my lovely. And hello to Elizabeth. Elizabeth says, I love your energy, Paul. I feel wizard energy with you.
It's not the first time I've heard that.
Oh, there you go. Because we was wondering about that the other day, Paul. Yeah. Elizabeth says you're looking gorgeous. Oh, thank you. That made me shy. And Lisa says, I love information, facts. We can learn so much from the trees. Yeah, we really can. Oh, nature.
Hi Lisa. Lisa's one of mine. She knows me. Sonia is one of my students as well that you mentioned earlier. So yeah,
nice.
all coming out.
Well, that'll be cool, guys. I mean, I was talking to you about that earlier, Paul, because I'm interested in your class. Actually, that would be really, really cool. As well, guys. I'm just sharing this out to a few groups. I'm not ignoring you, Paul. I'm just double working here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You do it. I've been a co-host. Sorry, I've been a presenter once or twice. You know, I mean, so yeah. I know what you're going through. I feel your pain. You go, girl.
Please talk about that a little bit more. Don't leave us quiet.
No, I won't leave us quiet. What would you like? Well, I said what. Growing up, for me, growing up, the stuff I've done, the qigong, especially the qigong, the Shunqi Shen, which is flowing energy spirit, which is the Chinese version of Reiki. Those things have been fundamental keys, and I found with my dyspraxia especially, when I'm not doing enough qigong, I struggle more. I find that, you know, I find I can't get those ideas. I'm not picking those ideas right, or I can't get the words out. So for me, that daily practice, and it's one of the essential things in the Taoist philosophy of daily practice every single day, doing things every single day. That's what opens you up. That's what grounds you. That's what roots you. And I mean, I've been doing like healing. So the healing I've done for 34 years. So 34 years of healing. I've done Chinese massage, which is Tuina, was one of the main ones. Tuina is a mixture of, well, the next one I also do is acupressure. So Tuina is a mixture of acupressure, massage, and energy work. I've also done shiatsu, which is Japanese massage. I've done reflexology, the massage of hands or feet.
Nice.
I've also done head Indian massage, and then on top of those, then is the Reiki work and the Shunqi Shen, as well as Shun Dao massage. Shun means to flow or to fold, and Dao is obviously the way, so it's the flowing way or folding way, and that was a family system. And what I found, like all these, one of the things with this is that everything you learn enhances everything else you do. In the UK, there's an old saying of jack of all trades, and people sort of try to say, oh, if you know so much, you can't be very good because you know too much. If you've ever looked at a samurai learns obviously how to fight on swords. They learn meditation. They learn the art of bonsai, baby tree. They learn calligraphy, how to paint. They learn the tea making ceremony. They learn all these different other skills, because every skill you learn enhances everything else you do.
Yeah, definitely.
So as a healer, what I learned from the Dragon Dog, I'm also a Dragon Dog shaman, and Dragon Dog shamans, they believe that magic is literally science not yet understood.
Paul, this is what I'm most drawn to, the whole shamanic thing, because I'm very down to earth, let's say. So the Dragon Dog shaman is very much me, because they love the logical side. They love the logistics. They like all the, they like it making sense, but at the same time, it has to go with the flow. So you learn all these ideas, and with all these things, with the energy work, with Qigong, Tai Chi, your biggest aim is to learn it and then forget it. But not forget it as in not do it, but think of your most favorite thing of doing. Say if you're a painter or a drawer, or even just writing. You learn to write, so you learn draw the P, draw the A, draw the U, draw the L. But eventually, when somebody says, please write Paul, you don't think of each individual letter, you just do it. Yeah. And that's what they mean by you forget the learn, is that you have to get to a point where you learn the practice and then you go and flow with it. So you learn the techniques,
but your eventual aim is just to flow with it. Now, the biggest thing now this is, now I'll put it down now. This is the reason I mentioned Celestine Prophecies before, because in there they were talking about the 4 plays, and these are emotional plays for people to gain energy from each other. So you have physical energy, chi, physical energy, physical vitality. So that you get that through water, through food.
That's what we work with in Reiki, guys. We work with chi, ki energy,
Yeah, and because ki is the Japanese word for it, but there's a little bit of an argument with that, because the Japanese don't like. Never say to a Japanese or Chinese person that ki and chi is the same thing, because for those in the UK, that's like telling a Scotsman he's English. You know, you'll cause a big argument. So just a word of warning. But so chi is physical vitality. Then there's Jing. Now that's emotional vitality. So Celestine's Prophecies was talking more about the emotional vitality. So you know, when you're aloof, you know, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? Please tell me, Emily. Or Emily, I don't like that colour jumper. Or you know, so that's obviously the interrogator. Well, actually, that'd be intimidator. Interrogator says, "Oh, you shouldn't be dressed like that, Emily. You should dress like this. Don't do it like that. Do it like this." So that's the interrogator. Then you've got eventually got the poor me. Oh, Emily, I've got no hair. Oh, Emily, my eyes are not purple. Oh, Emily, I haven't got a big nose. So it's but these are ways to gain energy from people. And then you have Shen, which is spiritual vitality. So that's your thoughts and inspiration and ideas. So what in Taoism, what they say is that people are basically like a battery, like the Matrix. People are basically a battery, and what happens is you slowly run out of life. You know, you slowly run out. But what they know, what they learnt, is that rather than be a battery, I haven't actually got a plug at the moment. Oh, actually, I do have a plug. Rather than be like a battery, if you think of yourself like a plug socket, and you plug yourself into the wall socket, and plug yourself into the mains, and the mains is the universe, you can keep yourself charged up and topped up, and you never burn out. And that's why the Drangdog shaman believe that's why in China their average lifespan is of between 100 and 110 years, because they're doing the exercises, they're doing Qi exercises, they're doing Jing exercises, they're doing Shen exercises that keep all 3 of those energies. Because think of them like Qi being your petrol in your car, Jing being the water in your car, and Shen being the oil in your car. If you don't have any petrol, your car runs out, your car stops. If you don't have any water in your car overheats and goes bang. If you don't have any oil in your car will seize up. So you need all 3.
Is it like, sorry, sweet, is it like saying being emotionally, mentally and physically balanced, or spiritually, emotionally, physically? Is that kind of the same thing? Yeah. Well, but keeping them topped up and doing things to top them up. It's not just about saying it, it's actually doing it as well. Elizabeth on that point is asking, do you have, I thought this was a good question, is there a simple exercise we can all do, Paul, to move stagnant energy on and bring in new energy?
Yes is the simple answer. So Mr. Miyagi, we like the prayer position, so Mr. Miyagi, rub your hands.
Come on, people, join in.
So rub the hands, then so just breathing out first, but then what I want you to do is breathe out and then breathe in, and just place your hands over the top of your head. As you're breathing in, bring down the side of your body, not down the side of your body, down to your belly. Then just breathe in and breathe out. Then rub your hands again and do the same thing again. So then breathe in, go past the head, go down to the body, then breathe out, then hold the belly, then breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Rub the hands.
I'm feeling warmer. Instantly. Woo!
So breathe in, round the back of the head, back of the neck. So when you get onto the body, then breathe out. Draw the hands to the belly, then breathe in. and breathe out. Now keep to this bit. And so just keep on breathing. Don't hold the breath. Don't pause. So breathe in as much as you can and breathe out as much as you can. Now this time, when you breathe in, I want you to feel yourself expand like a balloon and you fill up with chi, physical vitality. And as you breathe out, just gently blow like you're blowing out a candle and just blow out the char. That's negative energy, unwanted energy, everything you don't want. So carry on just for a couple more, breathing in the chi, expand, feel yourself grow, breathe out, let the char go.
Can you add to the visualization by seeing colors?
Yeah, we're all about play, us Taoists. So you can have unicorns running in, you can have you can have trolls going out, you know, do whatever, mate, because the Taoist viewpoint is that you should play like a child and take responsibility like an adult. So playing like a child is having fun. That's what we're here to do. Medically, when you're having fun, you increase the endorphins, you increase your adrenals, you raise your immune system, and also the medical profession, they know there's a biomagnetic and electrical field around your heart. When you're happy, it expands. When you're scared and afraid, it contracts. Medical profession know when you're scared and nervous, when you're stressed, when you're stressed, you're more likely to get run down, you're more likely to get ill. So being happy is a good thing. Being happy is a healing thing.
Yeah, so, and meditation helps with that, guys. I don't know about you, my sweet, but I meditate daily, and that really helps with that. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and the only difference in the like Taoist way is like we meditate is Shen work. So meditate tends to be more Shen. Qigong literally means energy exercise. So any exercise that you do in a flowing way and you repeat. So what I just taught you is very simple. You could even just expand your hands and contract your hands. So breathe in and expand, breathe out and contract, and that's a Qigong. So breathe in.
I've done like Tai Chi before for a while. I've experienced things like yoga and various kung fu, different types of kung fu, and all kinds of stuff really.
So yoga is the second one. So yoga is stretching the tendons and stretch. So yoga focuses on the emotional mind. So a lot of people say like, oh, yoga can be good. Now the Taoists have one called Neigong or Taoist yoga, and the difference is that theirs is flowing and stretching. So like push up towards the sky. So have your hands in front of you. So breathe in and breathe out and just push up and stretch, and then breathe in and draw the hands back down. And so when you breathe out, stretch up and then breathe in and come back down again, and do that a couple of times.
Great.
Yeah. And it's a stretching. But you have a cat. See, cats meditate. You see them staring off, and they stretch. They but they also do qigong. They do little routines. They do little things, little workouts, or they suddenly have their mad half hour and running around the curtains and everything. And that's their qigong. That's an energy exercise that generates them energy.
Animals are amazing, guy. Honestly, they're such teachers, but everything is a teacher, isn't it? You know, especially animals and natures. Wow. Yeah, they're awesome. And they do meditate. And she's not mine. Sorry. She's the cat that lives with me, the beautiful soul that lives with me. She literally meditates with me when I meditate, and she loves to receive healing from me, and she gives healing back, and she activates crystal grids and all kinds of stuff. It's like, wow, is she really a cat? But yeah, she is. She's awesome. Elizabeth says, thank you, Paul. That exercise felt incredible. Guys, oh no, it's okay. You can replay it back. Someone else said, is there going to be a replay? Lisa said, I hope you have a replay as I want to rewatch this. Paul is such an encourager. Love to talk about all these kinds of energies we need. Yes, this is why I really wanted to get Paul on here to the audience and, you know, to share, because obviously other people are going to watch it as well. So awesome, guys. Do any of you in the audience have any questions? Because we have about 25 minutes left, and we are going, this will be able to be replayed, Lisa. It will be on my Indigo Soul Starseed page or my YouTube channel, which is the same name. And I believe you're interviewing me this evening, right?
I believe you're right, yes.
Yes.
That will be at 6:30 tonight, so in just about 3 hours.
Yeah.
So your audience are accordingly invited to see my show, which is on Facebook. It is The Way of Conscious Mindfulness. I'm not, these new ones for this year, I've been doing them purely on Facebook at the moment, so they haven't actually reached the YouTube channel yet. But so on Facebook, it's The Way of Conscious Mindfulness. You can look us up. There's quite a good few shows there. There's lots of different people I've interviewed over the last 2.5 years. We normally have some fun. I'm a bit of I love chaos and I love fun, and we normally have some fun. And there are at least one or two shows that have some co-hosts as well, and yes, we have fun.
You also have a little group on Facebook, don't you? Which is really cool. You seem to go live on there every day for a minute or so, and you share things on there as well. What is that called again?
Right, so that is she's good, isn't she? She's good. So it is called Sifu BO-GIE Shun Dao Mystery School. I will put it on the link when I'll finish. I will put it on the link for you. So Shun, SHUN Dao, DAO Mystery School. And yes, I do a lot of my shows that I do, because I'm actually also on the Akashic Academy.
Sorry guys, I'm just doing a bit of a Buddhist symbol here. Yeah. Sorry.
That's a little hat as well. Yeah, hat, that. Yes, so the
Academy.
Yeah, the Akashic Academy. That's if you've heard of, for you guys out there, if you've heard of Gaia, which is the online, it's like Gaia on Facebook. It's run by Emily Harrison. She's the founding director, and she reads the Akashic records. And then what she does, there's lots of other people on there who do lots of different shows. It's a great place for knowledge. Funny enough, I have a show there. I have the show The Way of the Dragon Dog Shaman on there.
Nice.
So and those shows also then go back to my group. But yes, there's the Minute on the Tao, which is little bits of little snippets of information every
really
single day.
Handy, guys. Really great wisdom that he comes through with on a daily basis. Sorry guys, I just wanted to say, Elizabeth is saying thank you both. Your energy flows beautiful together. Is there any simple exercise to help with pain in the body, please, Paul? Says Elizabeth. Right.
Elizabeth, would you like to be a little bit more clearer? Because the answer is yes, but the bogey is a big thing, but the body is a big thing as well. So whereabouts in the body? One of my favorite, the first exercise I ever learnt, which is actually it flows nicely with the show. The first exercise I ever learnt is actually called Willow Tree Qigong. It'll be easier for me. I'll put it on the link below the video link. And it's funny enough, it's a willow tree. It actually resembles a willow tree, and it's called Twist Away to Willow Tree Qigong. It's a very, very simple exercise where the bottom half of your body is feet flat on the floor, knees are slightly bent, you tuck in your bum, and then from the waist upwards you just twist away from side to side, allowing your arms to flop. A little bit like I tried to do a little bit in
like
the camera.
Like a willow, guys.
So it's a little bit like this, and it's a little bit like if you see a child, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to eat sprouts, I don't want to go on the slide, for whatever reason.
I'm aware of what Elizabeth experiences, and it's fibromyalgia and ME. So it's
okay. So I actually I've had many students with all three, with those, with ME, MS. I was going to say all three because I didn't actually mean. So ME, MS, and fibromyalgia. I've had many students with them. My ex-partner, who was a great Tai Chi practitioner as well. she also had MS, and yeah, it's. I get I get that whole thing of you're constantly feeling like you're running on empty.
Oh, I'm feeling your emotions, sweet. Sorry,
that's
I
right.
hit sadness in my heart. Then, was that you? Oh, that was someone. Sorry, darling. You were saying though.
Yeah, it's one of those things of I know those, how people, I've seen them in my friends and students in the class are lacking the energy. So twist waist is a good one. And if you do it 5 minutes before you go to bed, 5 minutes when you wake up in the morning, it can relieve all ache and tension. Building just doing even the simple exercise of like expanding and contracting, that helps.
What was? Sorry, darling. What was that one? Because I stopped you before you showed us that one.
Right. So quite simply, say breathing in, allow the hands to expand. Breathe out, the hands close. So it's an expansion and contraction. So you're just feeling the energy. But if you add it to where I was saying about breathing in the chi, breathing out the cha. So breathe in the chi and feel yourself expand. Breathe out and let go of all that stress, that tension, the cha. Breathe in.
Sometimes you can actually see the energy between your hands.
Can't you? Because that you start activating the eyes, because it's the certain exercises activate all three energies. Some only activate one or the other. Meditation tends to just activate your shen. So that's why you do meditation. Oh yeah, I feel really good, and it then does affect your emotions, but it tends not to do great for physical.
Shen was emotional.
Shen was Shen is right. So spiritual or thought is Shen.
I'm going to write this down, guys. I'm going to write this down. Right, spiritual is Shen.
Shen. Okay. So on one side, on the heaviest side, that is thoughts. So you have 60,000 thoughts a day, but on the highest side, that's your connection with the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. Then you have Jing. So Jing is emotional, but on the one side, on the heaviest side, it is.
Write it down.
Yeah, cool. That's cool. That's all good. Jing. So Jing, on the heaviest side, is actual sexual energy, and on the highest side is unconditional love. So say like you meet somebody that you fancy, and first it's pure infatuation, so you fancy, but then as you get to know them more, that turns into love, that turns into a friendship, and that's what. So it goes on one side it's Jing is emotion, is passion, and on the other side it's compassion. So you have the two sides. So think of, I always bring this baby in, think of the Tai Chi symbol. You've always got two halves. So, and then you've got physical, then you've got Chi, which is physical vitality.
So Chi, physical vitality. PHYSICAL,
or QI. QI, you can also say they've got a couple of ways of spelling it, but QI is also Chi as well.
No, sorry, that was physical. I was spelling physical.
Okay. That one too. And that's when on one side that's just health, but on the other side that becomes well-being. So when you're just that battery, when you've only got you're only getting your chi through water and food and sunlight, then you tick over. But when you do qigong, you start overflowing, and you start being so when people say, oh, that person's glowing with abundance, their chi, their jing, and their shen is probably overflowing. So especially when you think of people like Mother Teresa, Gandhi, these people were known to. People said that you could almost see them from a couple of miles away, that their energy glowed. So they would be abundant in Qi, Jing, and Shen.
And they also paint them like that, don't they, with the white light around there? There's another little secret there, guys. Brilliant.
And Lisa is right. With fibromyalgia, it's very Jing related, so it affects the emotional. It affects your emotions, but all three of those, if when you're lacking in any three, it will affect everything else sooner or later. So if you're struggling to have thoughts and ideas, that will frustrate you, which eventually the frustration makes you ill. If you're struggling in health, that will, you will feel sad and despondent, and that affects, your inspiration. If you're struggling, if your emotions, you get upset, that'll affect your health. So all three need each other. Just like, that's why I use the car scenario. The car won't go if you don't have fuel, if you don't have petrol, water, and oil. You need all three.
I'm with you, sweet. So just thank you for explaining that. Just a little like a basic thing for the audience to build our Qi, Shen, and Jing. Is it Jin?
Yeah,
Jing.
Jing.
What's like daily things we can do to actually bring them in?
Right. So, the wonders of Qigong and in Taoist, especially Taoist Qigong, but Qigong, Taoist Qigong especially, is they tend to be all three, but because meditation, we get a bit woo-woo with it. We think you have to sit cross-legged and go Om. You can do that, but that's not. But meditation purely means focus on one thing and forgetting everything else. So if you're reading a book and you're really lost in that book, and then you suddenly realise your cat is scratching at the door. You're deep in meditation. You've been doing a meditation. Qigong simply means doing one thing over and over again. So as long as you're doing it in a very smooth, relaxed way, anything can be a Qigong. And then with Jing is basically yoga. But what's yoga? Yoga's stretching. Yeah, your cat. A stretch. So stretching every day. So in essence, what I'm saying is a little bit of Qigong, a little bit of energy exercise. There are countless. If you join my group, if you look on my YouTube page, which is simply Sifu BO-GIE, there are quite a few little different Qigongs there that you can learn. So Qigong, Neigong, or yoga, stretching. We use English terms, stretching, and then meditation. Now, the thing with Qigong is you can have all three in one exercise. So that twist of waist, you are actually stretching your body. You're doing something that's actually generating. So the biggest thing with Qigong is you're generating more energy than you're actually losing. Like when when people run, they tend to end up knackered, pardon the French. So you're using more energy than you're keeping. But a Qigong, the idea of a Qigong is at the end of the Qigong, you're not tired, you're refreshed.
I'm with you.
Right. So, or it can set you up for sleep, so you're tired as in you're ready to sleep, but not tired as in exhausted. Does that make sense?
Yes, Solin. And so when I was practicing Tai Chi, what's that? What type is that?
Right. So if Qigong was music, if Qigong was music, Tai Chi is classical music. Tai Chi is a string of Qigongs put together.
Oh, okay.
So basically, is because another way of saying Qigong is like an app. You've got a headache, I've got Qigong for that. You want to improve your running for sports, I've got Qigong for that. You want to improve your golf swing, I've got Qigong for that. You want to be happier, I've got Qigong for that. There's a Qigong for everything.
So thank you. Elizabeth is saying, will the exercises you've talked about also remove blockages from the chakras and bodies, please, Paul? I think Elizabeth's just trying to focus on things that would be good for the fibro and MS and so forth.
So that twist of waist works on everything. That twist of waist works on everything. Where fibromyalgia is most concentrated is within the solar plexus and the stomach and the networks of nerves there. Twist the waist. Twist is you're twisting your waist. You're massaging your internal organs within the Chinese medical system of the 5 elements, all your organs store different emotions. So your heart stores its love, but also anger. Your kidneys store worry. Your liver your liver stores intense anger. So lividness. You know, the word livid, to be livid, is coming from the liver.
How about the gallbladder?
Well, so each organ is related to one of the 5 elements. So so liver and gallbladder are interlinked. They're the yin yang of wood, and so wood is, on the negative side, the liver is that's where that energy comes from, that can be stored, so it needs to be released. So a simple qigong is the twist of waist. I mean, if you'd like to, I do an ongoing qigong class, which is no more than a gym membership. A monthly gym membership. So that's an ongoing weekly class. Sonia, if you're still on, she's on that. She does the Qigong one. So Reiki is also there's a Dragon Ball Reiki one similar, and then I also then do a 11-week for healers, coaches, and practitioners. I do an 11-week course where I cover I cover the grounding basics that will help you connect, root, and let go of negative energy. That helps you build up helps you build up and connect to unlimited energy, because we're all made of energy. It's all around. You can connect to it all the time. It's just we don't realize this. And also for healers, coaches, and light workers, on that course you also learn not to burn out, because the biggest thing people do, the biggest thing in modern day with healers and coaches, is you get people, I can't do it anymore, burnt out or exhausted.
Oh, believe me, I've experienced that. I learned the hard way.
Well, I mean, I've never personally had to experience that because of the training I've had. I've done my record for doing massage and healing non-stop is 18 hours at a day. We were sure it was a big long day, and it was supposed to finish after 12 hours, but they extended it, and then I still had people that were still waiting. So I said, it's all right, I'll keep going, keep them coming.
Oh no, I was just going to say, that's like my ex, because he obviously practiced all of this as well, and he was exactly the same. Honestly, he would work all day and nearly all night, and he would still have energy, and he wouldn't sleep. And I was like, how on earth? Well, like an hour or two he'd sleep, and it was like, what?
Well, it goes back to this. It goes back to this. But I will say straight away, I had there's 3 students that I trained up. There were 3 I'm thinking of, especially 2 ME, 1 fibromyalgia, and they're not right. They can't do 100% what I do, but they do about 90% of what I do, and for them that's like 1,000% more than they thought they would ever do. So it's the techniques. You know, techniques are there. It's about practice. It's about you know, it's like if you want long hair, you have to let your hair grow, but if you cut it, then it's not going to grow. If you think of that in reverse, of you've got to make things grow, or you know, you've got to put the work in to make it work. So there is a little bit of practice there. It's not a golden pill. You're not going to do 2 lessons and you're going to become Bruce Lee. You're going to have to practice, and it does take time. With people with fibromyalgia, MS, ME, it will take longer, but it's about perseverance. It's about not giving up, and it's about keep going, and it will happen.
And if, you know, with the more they bring in, the more they balance all of this, the better it's going to make them feel, isn't it? And the more quality of life it will give them with the experience they're currently going through. So Indeed. It's awesome, guys. Guys, we've got about, I don't know, 2 minutes or so, not very long left. Well, a few minutes, I think. I'm not sure exactly when we started, but it runs out at an hour as far as I'm aware. But I'd just like to quickly say, guys, if possible, if there's any way any of you could send any donations towards this show whatsoever, I'd be so entirely grateful, guys. We are Lotus Flower 26 at talktalk.net on, is it PayPal? Yes, PayPal. Is it PayPal? It's PayPal?
There is a PayPal, yes.
Is it PayPal? Yeah, it's PayPal, guys. That's my email address. If you're able in any way whatsoever, Indigo Soul Stars, it would be so humbled and grateful. I don't know if you have anything like that going on yourself, sweet. This is only my first time asking for a donation ever. All the other people that I watch who do videos ask for donations and have like regular donations and so forth. So I don't know, guys. I'm trying it out as well, but if not, it's also, you know, cool. You can come and watch anytime. I'm really grateful to have you here on the show. Thank you so much to Paul for joining us, the information you've given us. It's been an absolute honor and a blessing, and I'm very humbled meeting you, and I hope we stay in each other's existence for a while. You know, that'd be cool. And I'm definitely going to talk to you about your 11-week course, is it? For healers?
The 11-week course for healers, coaches, and life.
Yes. We'll talk about that, my lovely. We'll have a chat. Awesome. You've given all your page details. I've given all mine. Let's just see what the audience have to say then. Lisa says, thank you both so very much for sharing your knowledge. Well, it's Paul. It's been Paul's knowledge today, but thank you so much, everyone. Kathy says, thank you both. Awesome. Thank you, Kathy. So I'd just like to thank everyone that's been on here. This will be on my YouTube channel as soon as I can get it on there, guys. Please bear with me and give me some time. Praise says, thank you both, Emily and Paul. Awesome. Thank you, guys, as well. I think that's it. There's nothing else really to end it on, Paul. We've said pretty much all we can. There's about 2-3 minutes left, I think. So do you want to just leave it at that?
Yeah, we can leave it at that.
Would you like to say goodbye? And
yeah. Well, goodbye, guys. If you want to see Emily show tonight and see her the other way round, then go to the Way of Conscious Mindfulness and just type that in. That will come up, and you will see the shows there, and we'll hopefully see you there. So take care. Bye for now. Love, Chi and Shed.
And Elizabeth says, thank you so much. Wonderful show. Looking forward to seeing you both on your next live, guys. If if it does come to questions about health, just to let you guys know, I have been through addiction of class A drugs. I've been through 4 or 5 different operations and various things, and depression, anxiety, all kinds of different things. And with meditation, I've managed to turn it all around. So if that interests you guys in any way, then please do join us tonight. There, light language, all kinds of stuff we'll have a little chat about, I suppose. All right, my lovelies. Mwah. Thank you all. Namaste. One love. Unity and peace. Bye all. Bye. I've pressed end, but we're still there.